Dear ladies, whoever it was that told you that a bad marriage is the cross that God has given you and that you need to carry it to the end of time for you to receive a divine reward in heaven, that person lied to you. Because tell me why it is that in the Bible there is no example of a woman that suffered the persecution of staying in a bad marriage, and she was beaten and she was battered, and at the end of it all she passed, and the angels came and carried her into heaven and said, "Well done, good and faithful servant." It is only marriage that is an institution, especially among a lot of Christians, that they make us believe that once you are married, you should not make use of your self-preservation skills. But like I said, we all know the story of the Bible. The early church, a lot of them were persecuted. A lot of them were unalived because of their faith. But they didn't sit down and say, well, this is what I believe. I love Jesus and I know that I'm going to go to heaven. So because of that, I'm not going to run away. Bible said that they were even advised that you should keep running from, if they persecute you, flee from city to city, flee from town to town. So what I'm trying to say is this: even the early church, with all the miracles, with all the powers, with all the times that they prayed and there was an earthquake, where Peter was released from the prison, a whole lot of things happened. These people did not say, oh, power past power, I'm going to pray, I'm going to fast, and they are kabashing just so that whoever is pursuing them or whoever is trying to harm them will not harm them. Yes, they did pray that whoever was trying to harm them would not be able to harm them, but they made use of their self-preservation skills. They ran away. So why is it that we see a woman that is in a relationship that the husband is treating the person like trash? You just see them. Some people will bring women into the matrimonial home. You now say, oh, maybe it's because you're not doing whatever he wants. Okay, you have to give him this style, you have to dress in lingerie, you have to do. Women have done all that. You see men that beat their wives. They take, they box them and do all manner of things. You see men that tell their wives, stay at home, you're not working. You see men that will tell their wives, after working, bring your salary and hand it over to me. A lot of things going on. You see men that they keep malice with their wives. They pretend like, no, she's not existent. A whole lot of things that women are going through. But you just tell them, just stay there. Once you enter, you have entered. Marriage is a package. Once you open it, whatever you see, you take. But we are in a different era now. If you get a package, you order something from Amazon, you order something from online, and you don't like it, there is a return policy. Some people will tell you within 30 days, between 60 days. So, but if it comes to marriage, and you say in 30 days, you're like, oh, this person thinks I have arrived, so they can do anyhow. If you see a woman that says, it's like this is not going to work, I'm returning this package in 30 days, in 60 days, they'll be like, she does not have patience. You have to have patience. You have to make it work. So what am I trying to say? There is a lady that she was trending, I think earlier part of this year, somewhere abroad, right, in the US. This lady was a pastor's wife, and then allegedly she was unalived by her husband, right? And I saw a video of this woman, and she was saying on Facebook, and she was like, I believe that this marriage is a cross that God has called me to bear. And you could see the resignation in her voice. It's like, it's a cross that the Lord has called me to bear. I will just bear it. And even if that is basically, she was resigned to her fate. But that is not what the Bible teaches. Now, are we talking about, okay, if somebody coughs, you can, break up? No, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about women that have tried. You are in a relationship, you have given it your all, you have tried and tried, but the person is just, hell-bent on doing whatever he wants, and the person is not making any effort. He does not care whether that marriage works or not. You have come to the end of your rope. You are so resentful, you are so bitter. Some women are thinking of unaliving themselves. The only thing that is stopping them is because they're afraid of going to hell. Why remain in that place? If not anything, remove yourself from there, because when you are in a toxic environment, your brain cannot think straight. You cannot even figure out what you want to do. So the whole message I'm trying to bring out here is this: your adrenaline did not stop pumping when you got married. Your eyes didn't stop blinking when someone is trying to poke hand in it just because you married. Your nose didn't stop sneezing when something tries to go inside just because you married. Your heart doesn't stop pumping, bing, 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 and you want to escape or jump window when you hear, commotion just because you got married. So all those things are functioning because God wants you to use it. Even the early church themselves, they used those skills, right? The church is called the bride of Christ. When they were in danger, they ran for their lives. So if anybody is telling you that this is a do or die and it is the will of God for you, that is not the truth. So I just wanted to let you know that if you are confused, that is not what God wants for you. if you are in a place that your life is being threatened, if you are in an environment where your emotional stability is just totally disorganized, if you need space or you feel like this is not working, give yourself some space. Leave that environment. Think about your life and plan, without anybody in your ear telling you what to do. So I just wanted to say that today.